Differentiating between two stages can be hard if there's a transition period in between. In the United States, you are legally in a child at 17.9, but legally an adult at 18. But you don't magically become an adult overnight. Physically, that development occurs over several years. Ideally, you can also take on the responsibilities of adulthood gradually. Governments declare an age of adulthood because they don't want to deal with it on a case-by-case basis. I mean, that would be a nightmare. Can you imagine if, for example, bars had to do a psych evaluation rather than just check your ID? Well, actually, that might be better, but it would certainly not be practical at all. There's an alleged contradiction concerning when the women went to visit Jesus' tomb on Sunday morning. Mark chapter 16 says, very early on the first day of the week, just after sunrise, they went to the tomb. But John 20 says, early on the first day of the week, while it was still dark, Mary Magdalene went to the tomb. Well, just after sunrise and while it was still dark are contradictory, aren't they? If I'm boasting about how long the summer days are around the solstice, around June 20th, I might say, look, it's still light out at 9 o'clock. But if I'm trying to get rowdy kids to bed, I might say, look, it's bedtime, it's already dark out. I could say those same things at the exact same time. So depending on what exactly is meant by just after sunrise, this could easily describe a time that someone might describe as dark. It's not like it's 6:18 is dark and 6:19 is immediately light. Even if these sentences, these phrases, had been written by the same person after sunrise and while it was still dark, even if that's the same author, that would not spell a clear contradiction. But it wasn't even the same author. It was two different authors, one of them wanting to stress that the sun had just risen, the other wanting to stress that it was still dark out. And it's also possible that John was describing the scene when they left for the tomb, whereas Mark was describing the scene when they arrived at the tomb, which naturally would have been later and lighter. I'm Pastor Clinton. God bless your efforts to learn from his truth.